Hi, Rich. Yeah, I wanted to talk about prescription drug prices. That's amazing. President Trump has said on a number of occasions the past week or two that he's been able to lower prices for prescription drugs by 1,500%, 1,600%. Can you explain how exactly that works?
Well, I think he explained it, and it wasn't that it's already been done. He's talking about bringing down the cost of prescription drugs by getting pharmaceutical companies to alleviate some of the R&D cost so that it's not all on the United States, right? So basically they recoup their cost when they sell the drugs back to us. All right, let's go to Robert St. Cloud, Minnesota, KNSI. Go right ahead. Speed round.
Yeah, hi. Do you find it a bit rich that the guy that fired the labor statistics person is lowering drug prices by 1,500%? Can you explain to me how you lower something by 1,500%?
Didn't we just do this call, Robert? I think I just spent 10 minutes explaining this to your friend who just called with this. You got to pay attention, brother.
Math?
I'll give you the basic math. First thing you do is you get a Q-tip. You clean out your ear, right? Then you take a sip of water to clear out the haterade that you're gargling and choking on. And once you've got the hatred out of your mind, then you sit there and you analyze it. Now, I just gave you the source. It's in today's Reuters. If you go to Reuters, it's an article from today. It's updated today. It's from yesterday. Trump pharma industry discussing boosting medicine spending abroad to cut U.S. prices. And this is about paying the lowest price that every other country pays because we have been footing the bill for R&D forever and a day, which would equal, in some cases, 1,500% deductions because we add in all of these billions of dollars that we spend on research and development. I literally just said this to one of your friends, one of the other trolls that calls in. So hopefully you get that. I mean, I can't make it simpler than that. But good luck to you, brother. I appreciate it. This is what happens when Trump is winning. The trolls come out in full force. They have nothing to do, so they try to make nonsensical arguments, and then they try to insult you. Look at Jerome. Jerome's so funny. He's so friendly. He's so nice. Now he's calling here talking about grabbing him by the P word on the air. He's trying to get me in trouble with the FCC. Come on, Jerome. They were trying to sabotage me. I think Jerome and Mr. KNSI over here, whatever his name was, who just called from Minnesota, and the other guy who called, these guys are all reading from the same script, right? And I don't know who's funding these. Every now and again, you get these funded attacks on talk radio where they call in, they give you a script, and they go, call in and ask to host this. And he was trying his best, as you could see. As I was talking, he was still talking because he's reading a script. I've seen it before. It's not the first time we've seen it. It's not the last time we'll see it. But the good news is, amigos, that we know what's coming. And more winning it is. Let's go to Jane. She's calling us from Saratoga, New York, WGDJ. Yeah. Go right ahead, Jane.
Hey, Rich. I want to say something positive. I want to point out what Trump is all about. He is the best. I want to say something positive. I want to point out what Trump is all about. He is the best president we have ever had. And his strongest point in life is he is not a politician. He is a brilliant human being. He's fighting for our rights, the rights of everyone in our country, and he wants to restore our country to greatness, and he's the one person who can do it. And I totally believe that. Let's get rid of Jasmine Crockett, okay? What a nutbag.
Welcome back. And again, it's a time-honored tradition on this program, Open Phone America, dubbed so by Larry King back in 1978. A tradition that went on for another 3 decades with Jim Bohannon, the late, great Jim Bohannon. And, of course, you and I get to do it tonight. We get to do it, and in the words of Bill O'Reilly, we get to do it live. So I want to give you the phone number, 833-4-VALDES, and let's hit the phones. Let's go to Jimmy, Greenville, South Carolina, WCRS. Jimmy, go right ahead.
Did you flunk middle school math? I'm going to give you a third.
No, I think it was your mother that flunked middle school math, but get to your point.
How do you decrease 1,500% from something? Can you explain that? Forget pharmaceuticals. How do you do that to anything?
Well, the good news is it's my show, so you don't get to call here and put me on the spot and try to get me to do things. I'm not a trained SEAL. It's going to and do little tricks for you. But, Jimmy, let me ask you a question, because obviously you don't have female companionship on a Friday night, and it's in your best interest to wait 47 minutes to talk to me, to waste my time and that of our listeners. So what type of pathetic individual are you that calls here to ask stupid questions and take shots at Donald Trump?
After Ghislaine Maxwell, what other sex traffickers will Trump try to protect?
Well, presuming anybody cares, I'll let you have your guess. What's next?
I don't know. Hopefully, Trump is going to end up in jail once he's exposed as the
now. Who would do that? Who would put a sitting president in jail? By what authority?
If videos come out with him,
Sir,
of him
let me
with
teach you
underage
something.
girls.
Let me teach you something. Trump could shoot people right now and not go to jail. Obama could shoot people and not go to jail. There is a level of protection. It went to the Supreme Court, and it's always been there anyway. The Department of Justice has these guidelines. You cannot indict a sitting president, which means you can't even advance criminal cases. So all these cases that he has that are, semi-adjudicated, Arizona, Georgia, nothing is allowed to happen because it impedes the office of the presidency. So whatever fantasy you're concocting, Jimmy, where that Trump is going to go to jail because of this or that or some other craziness that you're, dreaming and salivating over in your mind, it's not going to happen. The reality is he won. He spanked your side. You lost. And now you have your panties in such a tight bunch because he's winning and because the crazy MAGA people like me, we get to talk our smack. And this is what's got you up on a Friday night calling me. Is that right?
Out of all the pedophiles who've been president, Trump's the best one, right?
Well, it seems to me that you talk a lot about these pedophiles. And judging by the behavior, this kind of stalkerish vibe that you give me of waiting almost an hour to come on the radio to talk smack tells me that you are the type that is likely doing that type of thing. And again, that's my opinion. Now, Jimmy, I don't know that you're scoring any points with anyone listening to this show. A lot of people are fans of the president. A lot of people are fans of their 401k. They're fans of the money they have invested in the stock market. They're fans of cryptocurrency investments. And all of those investments are doing well. So what do you think you actually achieve? Is it someone paying you to do this trolling, or do you really do it because you're getting off on it?
Are you one of these MAGA idiots who doesn't understand who pays the tariffs?
Oh, I understand. You pay the tariffs, right? Because you're the one that probably wants to have your butt so far up, your nose up China's butt, buying their products. But I think there's a lot of us MAGA people that want to buy America first, made in America. For example, I have T-shirts that are made for the show. I spend 3 times the amount that everybody else, guys like you, would pay. For what? So that it's made in America. So I have my bragging rights so that I can use cotton from America, printed in New Jersey. This is what we do because you try to make things better, even if it comes at a cost. That's called a sacrifice. It's called patriotism. It's called stepping up. It's called being a man. Probably all things you don't know anything about, but I'm hoping we can enlighten you. So keep listening to the show. I appreciate the ratings. Jimmy in Greenville. Let us continue. I want to go to Tony, Montreal, Canada, calling us on WVMT out of Vermont. Tony, go right ahead.
Wow. I am amazed at the inculcated propaganda that Jimmy Dude is swallowing down in whatever hellhole he comes from, talking in a way so derogatorily to a person that is a champion radio host and personality. He should be privileged to be on your show. He should be, deferential, and he should not be so rude and try to get across a logical thought process that a person living in Canada might understand, other than attacking in a derogatory way, an interrogatory that makes no sense and has no linear destination other than, like you said, it was there purposefully made to try to harm you or to try to corner you. So, Jimmy, anytime you want to come and have a conversation with a 32-year veteran of the litigation courts in Canada, where I learned how to speak to judges and speak to other lawyers. I'd be more than happy to help you learn your craft so that you can come to a logical and educated, let's say, conclusion to your ideas, which are obviously well on the way of an elementary level of understanding of politics. That being said,
Tony, thank you. I just want to say it's very kind of you. I appreciate it. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
Rich, I love you, man. You are one of the few people that, I'm 66, and, I had to put up. Once I asked your producer, why do you do it? And you'd said, I do it because I want to get these guys on. Maybe it might give me some ratings, but at least I give them a soapbox.
Yeah, and you know what? I want you to hear those people. A lot of times people in our business will cut them out because, there's really no value in that, right? It doesn't add to the radio show. I realize that, to my own detriment. But however, I think it adds to the national conversation. When you don't shut someone like that down and you give them a legitimate chance, it's giving them all the rope to hang themselves. They have nothing left. These are vile, angry people that can't make an argument. The guy coming with Ghislaine Maxwell, pedophile, blah, 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 more nonsense. This has nothing to do with how the United States is running. This is a clear indication to me that we're doing really well.
And I'll just say this, Rich. What you just said is reality. Because if we just hear the right and the right and the right, we're not hearing what these people are saying. And it's good for us to be grounded in this nonsense that they keep spewing. And it's propaganda. And when I first called your producer, I said, I want to talk about Karen Bass. And I just want to say,